AJ's brilliant mind and we see what he's looking at this week, and we let you guys know what his pick of the week is. And so, AJ, this week you're looking at a commodity play. This is a U.S. natural gas fund, ticker symbol
I know I'm
UNG.
going so boring. I'm going so boring on you guys. But yes, I'm looking at UNG, which is an ETF that basically tracks natural gas here in the US. So let me turn off, you guys can all download and use our indicators. I'm going to turn off a set and turn on a different set. The set I'm turning off are the ones that I use. That's the confirming indicator MA. I use that to look at the broad market, but now that I'm looking at an individual underlying symbol, I've changed it over to the confirming MACD. And I've got it set up using our fast. So let's take a look. You know, we're coming towards a nice bottom level here. We actually got a signal that there was going to be a bottom. Didn't quite get the follow through until maybe Wednesday of this week. But, you know, a lot of people after that gap up didn't follow that follow through. And it looks like we're going to go for a double bottom here. But when we do have, and I've been telling, by the way, for those of you that aren't part of the Trading Trainer Premium Selling Program, I'm going to give you a heads up. One of the things we've been telling our program participants is to increase your confidence requirement on the signals you're getting to get into your initial, your initial covering symbol. So when we do premium selling SIP, we always have to have a covering trade in place. That's why we can do things like covered calls and covered puts. You get into an initial covering position that you often leave for weeks, if not months, and then you just do these selling of premium throughout the length of the overall trade. So you could sell premium 5 or 6 times on a initial covering position purchase. But what we've been telling our program participants for about 5 weeks now is make sure when you get into your covering position that you have way more confidence that that covering position is going to move in the direction you want it to than we typically want. So check off more boxes so that you feel, in the past we've talked about having like 60-70% confidence. Now we're talking about 70, 80, even 85% confidence before getting into that position. So that's why when we're talking about waiting for a bottom signal here on UNG, really wait for it and make sure that it is validated, confirmed, and that it has follow through before doing it. But when we get that very confident signal, I'm in the market to buy some of this UNG ETF. I'm going to be trying to get it down here at about $12.50. And actually, another thing that I can do if I want to buy this UNG, check this out. This is called using a cash secured put in order to buy a stock. So if you look over here, this is the option that's actually expiring today. So that option's all but done. I'm going to go to the option that is expiring next month on the 20th December. You see these strike prices, SIP? I basically decide how much I'm willing to buy a share of UNG for. If I'm willing to buy it for $13, great. Basically, what I do is I sell this cash secured put, and I have to have the $13 ready, but it's going to sit as cash in my account. And by going ahead and selling this, and I have that $13 ready, if I'm going to buy it, basically, they're going to give me 91 cents a share just for agreeing to purchase UNG at $13. So they're going to pay me right now if I agree to purchase UNG at $13. And somebody may come and say, okay, I'm going to sell AJ that stock at $13. And they have until the expiration date, that's December 20 in this case, to sell me UNG at $13. Whether they sell it to me or not, or whether December 20 comes and goes and the deal's off, I get to keep the 91 cents a share. So this would be a perfect opportunity. If $13 is what I'm willing to pay, if I'm only willing to pay $12, well, good. They won't give me as much. They're going to give me 48 cents. So they're going to pay me 48 cents today if I agree and I have the $12 to one side to purchase this anytime between now and December 20th for $12. It may never go through. They may decide nobody will be like, I don't want to sell it to him for $12. I still get to keep the 48 cents. Now, there's one caveat, and that is it's done in lots of 100. So it's not $12. You're going to wind up doing 100 shares for every contract you sell. So you're not going to get 48 cents. You're going to get $48. And it's not going to be $12. It's going to be $1,200. And it's not going to be one share. It's going to be 100 shares. But if you're willing to do 100 shares of purchasing and stuff like that, you pick the price you're willing to pay, and then they'll sell it to you. That's another way to do this is if you're willing to get in at $12, they'll pay you 48 cents right now, right here and then you just wait. Maybe not. Somebody will sell it to you for $12. Keep that 48 cents. If we get to December 20th and nobody sold it to you for $12, maybe you reevaluate and you ask them again for the next one, which is, I think, January 15th. And you could just keep collecting these premiums with the idea that you're going to buy this at 12 or 11, whatever price you're willing to pay. You keep collecting the premiums until somebody finally sells it to you at the price you're willing to pay. When I'm looking to buy stock, that's the only way that I buy stock. A lot of people don't know that you can pick your price and get paid for getting into the detail to paying that price. But that's how I might do this. I might go ahead and sell those options. And then once I'm in that covering position on UNG seems to like to spike all the way up to 14, 15. Even this last time around, it went up to about 16.75. When it hits those highs, that's when, once I'm in that initial covering position, which in this case is the stock, I could sell calls and then keep that premium coming, right? So UNG, and I've been in and out of UNG for like the last 25 years. It's been one of my candidates on my watch list that I come back to because it's such a reliable income generator. So there's the only other thing I would say for people who have bigger portfolios, UNG does sometimes have a liquidity. So it's better for people with smaller portfolios, like under $100,000. But UNG could really be a staple in your portfolio, and now looks like a good time to try to get into a covering position, buying some of that stock or using some of those cash secured puts to buy the stock at whatever price you choose. I'd be thinking about that now, and that's why I wanted to feature it this week.